What's up, guys? So I'm going to show you guys how we analyze a deal. This is going to be a teardown that we're going to be offering on. It's a great deal, and I know they already have multiple offers. So we're going to do what we can to lock this thing up, and I'll show you guys how we analyze it and what we think it's worth if we build a new house on it. So let's check it out. So here's the neighborhood. It's in Rosedale. It's a great part of north central Austin. And so, whenever you're analyzing a deal, you don't want to cross any major roads. Definitely not a highway. That's Mopac right there. So, you definitely don't want to cross any major highways. You want to stay in the same area. And right now, since it's a tricky market, we usually go back 180 days to 360 days. If there's, enough comps in 180 days, we'll just look at those. So, see, I didn't cross any major roads. I didn't cross 45th Street or Hancock, definitely not Mopac, and then I didn't cross Burnett either. So we're looking at everything in this immediate pocket. And so the deal that we're looking at today is this one right here, 4600 Chipero. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. This is a deal. So, obviously it's an old home. It's livable. It's rented out right now, but there's no value in the house. We're looking at it as a teardown. That's the highest and best use. So, they're asking 629 for it. It just went on the market today, and they have multiple offers. We already put in an offer, and they said they have something higher. I went in full asking price, and they said they have something higher than that. So we're definitely going to have to go higher if we're going to get it. How we look at it is we're looking for a 0.18 acre lot around there. It's around an 8,000 square foot lot. Could be a little bigger, a little smaller, but that's kind of what we're looking for. What new builds in that area are selling for that are on similar size lots. So this one right here, 4511 Placid Place, sold for 2.435 million early in January this month or this year. So that's a great comp. It's on a little bigger lot, but not that much bigger. This one, let's see, it's a 0.26 acre lot, and it's an old 1954 house. Let's see why it's sold for so much. It's weird. They did a nice remodel on it. That's probably why. See if it backs up to a creek or anything. No, it's just a nice remodel on a big lot. So we're not going to really use that as a comp because it's an older home and it's on a bigger lot. But this one right here, Finley, that's a great comp. Those are two most recent comps. These are older homes, and that's a 2013 build, sold for 1.4 million. Let's see that. Yeah, it's a nice house, but it's not what we're looking for. And then you got these actives right here, and then you also got. Let's see what else we got. The highest pendings. So you got one that's pending at 2.7 million. It's on quite a bit bigger lot, but it's still a good home. It's a nice house that's under contract for 2.7 million, or at least listed for that. So, with that being said, here's our comps. The two sold ones that sold very recently, just in the last few months, from 2.3 to 2.435, and they're on, about the same size lot, a little bigger, but not that much. So we're going to run our numbers at 2.3 million. And, we're going to have to build a house that's around 3,600 square feet. So this one's 3492, and this one's 3629. So we're going to build a house around 3,600 square feet on that. And to do so, we're looking at around 250 to 275 a square foot. So that's kind of how we're analyzing the deal. We'll call it a 2.3 million ARV after, in this case, after build cost. After what it's worth after we build it. 2.3 million. ARV is kind of for renovating and flipping houses, but this is the what it would sell for when it's done. So they're asking 630, and it's going to cost us about, with soft costs and everything, let's just call it $1 million. So we're in it for $1 million for the construction and soft costs, and then interest payments will probably be around 150 to 200,000, and then the land value, they're asking 630. So we might have to go a little higher than that, but that's how we analyze teardowns here in Austin. People always ask, like, that's crazy. A 1,200 square foot house sells for 600 grand. That's built in 1953. Well, now you know why. It's mainly because of the land.